915 kilograms of explosives. 1 flooded Russian headquarters. 80 enemy soldiers walked into a trap they never saw coming. October 25, 2025. Ukraine turned water into a weapon and obliterated a fortress worth $100 million in 47 minutes. Belgorod region, 12 miles inside Russian territory. A hydroelectric dam doubles as military headquarters. Russian engineers spent 18 months fortifying this position. Reinforced concrete walls, underground ammunition storage, air defense batteries concealed in surrounding forest. The facility stores 4.4 million pounds of artillery shells, rockets, small arms ammunition, enough firepower to sustain frontline operations for 6 months. Moscow considers this installation impregnable. They're about to learn otherwise. Ukrainian intelligence mapped this target for 11 months. Satellite imagery, signal intercepts, human intelligence from local sources. They identified every defensive layer. 2 Pantsir S-1 air defense systems, Nebo-N radar network, electronic warfare stations, hardened bunkers. The direct assault probability calculated at 8%, unacceptable odds. So Ukrainian planners developed something different, not an attack, a trap. The dam structure provided the key, aging Soviet-era construction. Control valves operating since 1974. Maintenance records showed persistent hydraulic issues, small leaks, pressure fluctuations. Russian engineers filed repair requests repeatedly. Funding never materialized. That neglect created vulnerability. Ukraine intended to exploit it catastrophically. The operation required 3 phases. First, damage the valve system without triggering immediate alarm. Second, use the resulting flood to force Russian air defense repositioning. Third, strike the exposed headquarters with overwhelming firepower while defenders focused on flood response. Timing had to synchronize perfectly. One miscalculation meant mission failure. November 5th, 11:47 p.m. 3 HIMARS rockets launched from positions 73 miles inside Ukraine. Modified AGM-114 Hellfire variants, reduced warhead size, extended guidance capability. These missiles fly at treetop level, altitude 8 feet. Ground-hugging trajectory defeats most radar systems. Russian air defense doctrine expects high-altitude threats. Cruise missiles, ballistic trajectories, not weapons skimming grass. The rockets reached the dam at 11:54 p.m. Impact points carefully calculated. Not the dam face, not the spillway. The valve control house, a concrete structure housing hydraulic systems managing water flow. 3 shaped charge warheads detonate simultaneously. Precision strikes fracture control mechanisms. Hydraulic lines rupture. Pressure relief valves jam open. Water begins flowing. Not catastrophically, not obviously, just steady discharge increasing gradually. Russian engineers notice pressure readings dropping at 12:03 a.m. Standard response protocol initiates, check sensors, verify readings, inspect systems. The inspection team finds the damage at 12:18 a.m. shrapnel, blast marks. This wasn't mechanical failure. This was enemy action. Alarms sound, officers mobilize, emergency response teams deploy, exactly as Ukrainian planners predicted. What's your weapon of choice for this kind of layered operation? Type A for precision missiles, Type B for combined drone swarms with electronic warfare. The flood starts slowly. Water trickles through damaged valves, seeps through fractured concrete. 30 minutes after the strike, flow rate reaches 2,000 gallons per minute. Still manageable. Russian engineers work frantically, trying to close backup valves, attempting emergency repairs. But Ukrainian planners damage systems beyond quick fixes. The water keeps rising. By 1:15 a.m., water reaches the headquarters' lower levels. Basements flood. Storage areas inundate. Personnel evacuate underground sections. Move equipment to higher floors. The headquarters complex sprawls across 12 acres. Multiple buildings, interconnected tunnels, ammunition bunkers, vehicle maintenance bays, all constructed at varying elevations. The flood affects different areas at different rates. Chaos spreads. Russian command makes critical decisions under pressure. The ammunition storage requires protection. Priority 1. 4.4 million pounds of ordnance sitting in bunkers, now threatened by rising water. Explosives and water create unstable combinations. Detonation risks multiply. Officers order ammunition relocation. Trucks mobilize. Soldiers begin moving shells, rockets, and missiles to higher ground. The operation consumes all available personnel. The Pantsir air defense systems operate from concealed positions 600 meters from the headquarters, camouflaged, protected by terrain. Their locations remained unknown to Ukrainian intelligence. Until now. The flood forces Russian commanders to relocate these systems. Can't risk water-damaging million-dollar equipment. The Pantsir batteries move to higher elevation. New positions, exposed positions. Ukrainian surveillance drones capture every movement. Thermal imaging reveals exact coordinates. The trap closes. At 2:03 a.m., Ukrainian forces launch Phase 3. Not with missiles, with drones. 25 AI-guided FPV attack drones. First-person view quadcopters modified for combat. Each carries shaped charge warheads. Guidance systems enhanced with artificial intelligence. These drones fly low, 3 to 6 feet above ground, using terrain masking. Following the flood's edge where water meets land. Navigation becomes nearly impossible for human operators in darkness. AI handles it flawlessly. The drones face sophisticated defenses. Nebo-M radar covers a 120-mile radius. Pantsir systems can engage 60 targets simultaneously. Electronic warfare stations jam drone control frequencies. Russian defenses have destroyed hundreds of Ukrainian drones. But tonight they face something different. Not individual drones. A coordinated swarm utilizing deception. 10 decoy drones launch first. Larger radar signatures. Obvious flight paths. They attract attention deliberately. Russian air defense acquires these targets immediately. Pantsir systems engage. Missiles launch. 6 decoys destroyed. 4 evade and escape. Russian operators celebrate. Threat neutralized. But the real attack just began. The 25 attack drones approach from multiple vectors, flying through the chaos of the flood response. Russian soldiers running, trucks moving, floodlights illuminating evacuation efforts, thermal signatures everywhere. Distinguishing drones from legitimate activity becomes nearly impossible. The drones exploit this confusion. Their AI identifies the Pantsir systems by thermal signature and radar emissions. Target acquisition confirmed. The first wave hits at 2:11 a.m. 8 drones converge on the northern Pantsir position. The system engages, destroys 3 drones, 5 reach target. Shaped charges detonate against the radar array, the missile launcher, the control vehicle. Explosions rip through million-dollar systems. The northern Pantsir goes offline, 47 seconds from initial contact to complete destruction. The southern Pantsir fares no better. 9 drones attack simultaneously. This crew is more experienced, better positioned. They destroy 6 drones, 3 penetrate defenses, detonate against critical systems. The radar dish collapses. Missile tubes rupture. Fire engulfs the launcher. Secondary explosions follow as missile fuel ignites. The southern Pantsir becomes a funeral pyre. Air defense eliminated. Ukrainian commanders clear the next strike package. The main event: artillery, HIMARS, drone-drop munitions, everything coordinated to hit simultaneously. Target: the ammunition storage complex. 915 kilograms of explosives delivered in one devastating barrage. What would you have done as Russian commander when the flood started? Evacuate? Defend in place? Comment below. At 2:23 a.m., the barrage begins. 6 HIMARS rockets, 12 150 mm artillery shells, 8 heavy drones carrying anti-armor munitions, all converging on grid coordinates now completely mapped. The ammunition bunkers sit exposed, personnel evacuated, no air defense covering them. Perfect conditions for maximum damage. The first impacts strike Bunker Complex Alpha. 3 HIMARS rockets. Precision GPS guidance. The warheads punch through reinforced concrete. Shaped charges designed specifically for bunker penetration. They detonate inside the ammunition storage. What happens next defies description. 4.4 million pounds of artillery shells don't just explode. They detonate in a cascading chain reaction that lasts 97 seconds. The initial blast reaches 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Metal vaporizes. Concrete pulverizes. The shock wave travels at 7,000 feet per second. Buildings within 200 meters disintegrate. The flash visible from orbit. Thermal satellites capture a bloom of light that temporarily blinds sensors. Seismic monitors register the explosion. Magnitude 2.1 earthquake. Detected by stations 300 miles away. Secondary explosions follow. Rocket fuel ignites. Missile warheads cook off. Small arms ammunition detonates in sustained staccato. Tracers arc through smoke-filled sky. The spectacle continues for 18 minutes, each new detonation triggering others. The cascade consumes everything combustible within the bunker complex. 4.4 million pounds of ordnance transformed into the largest explosion in the region since World War II. The headquarters buildings suffer catastrophic damage. Shock waves collapse walls. Roofs cave. Windows shatter 3 miles away. Russian personnel who evacuated to supposedly safe distances find themselves in the blast radius. Casualties mount. 80 confirmed killed. Over 200 wounded. Many injuries prove fatal over following days. The flood that seemed like the primary threat was merely the setup. The real killer was the explosion. The dam itself sustains additional damage, not from Ukrainian strikes, from the massive detonation 800 meters away. Shock waves crack already weakened structures. Water flow increases. What started as controlled damage becomes genuine structural failure. Russian engineers lose all control. Water pours through multiple breach points. The flood that was a tactic becomes a strategic disaster. Villages downstream receive emergency evacuation orders at 2:47 a.m. 15,000 civilians in the flood path. Russian authorities scramble rescue operations. Military resources diverted from frontline positions. Helicopters, trucks, engineering units, all redirected to flood response. The tactical trap creates strategic complications nobody anticipated. If you're seeing how modern warfare combines multiple domains, take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss future breakdowns like this. The ammunition storage destruction isolates 5,000 Russian troops. Their supply line depended on this depot. Artillery units lose their shell reserves. Mechanized formations lose fuel and spare parts. The logistical impact spreads across a 100-mile front. Russian offensive operations planned for November must be postponed, may be canceled. One installation's destruction creates cascading operational failures. Ukrainian intelligence estimates total Russian losses at $173 million. The facility worth $100 million. Stored ammunition, $60 million. Pantsir systems 13 million combined. Against Ukrainian operation cost of $3 million, 57 to 1 return on investment. The tactical innovation resonates beyond immediate damage, using environmental features as weapons, flood as bait, AI-coordinated drone swarms, decoy tactics overwhelming air defense. This operation becomes a case study taught in military academies worldwide. Russian response reveals their limitations. No backup air defense position to cover the Pantsirs. No redundant ammunition storage dispersing risk. No rapid repair capability for damaged infrastructure. Centralized command creating single points of failure. These weaknesses get exploited ruthlessly. Doctrine that worked in Syria fails against peer adversaries employing asymmetric tactics. Western military observers take notes. The operation validates several emerging concepts. AI-guided swarms overwhelming traditional air defense, infrastructure attacks creating operational dilemmas, deception forcing enemy positioning mistakes, small, precise strikes achieving strategic effects. NATO doctrine writers incorporate these lessons. Future planning reflects Ukrainian innovation. The political impact spreads internationally. Ukraine demonstrates deep strike capability against hardened Russian positions. Not just harassment, systematic destruction of critical infrastructure. This capability shifts negotiation dynamics. Russia can't assume their territory provides sanctuary. Every major installation becomes vulnerable. That vulnerability changes strategic calculations. Russian military command faces uncomfortable questions. How did Ukraine penetrate this deeply? Why didn't air defense prevent the drone attack? Who authorized construction of such a concentrated ammunition depot? The answers reveal systemic problems: over-centralization, inadequate redundancy, insufficient investment in counter-drone capabilities, complacency born from early war successes. These problems persist across Russian military structure. For Ukraine, the operation proves concept: asymmetric warfare, exploiting enemy weaknesses, innovation over resources. $3 million investment achieving $173 million in damage plus strategic disruption. That math drives continued development. More drone capabilities, better AI systems, enhanced targeting intelligence. The technological arms race accelerates. 17 hours before Russian engineers regain control. Villages downstream suffer extensive destruction. Agricultural land inundated. Infrastructure damaged. Reconstruction estimates exceed $200 million. The environmental and economic costs compound military losses. One operation creating multi-dimensional catastrophe. Belgorod region residents face harsh realities. They live 12 miles from front lines, believing distance provided security. This operation shattered that belief. A fortified military installation destroyed social systems. What safety exists? The psychological impact spreads beyond military casualties. Civilian populations question their government's protection capability. That doubt undermines morale and political stability. Was this operation a tactical masterstroke or reckless escalation? Strategic brilliance or war crime? Leave your perspective in the comments. 6 weeks later, the Belgorod headquarters remains non-operational. Reconstruction hasn't begun. Russian military redirected resources to more critical needs. The site sits abandoned, flooded, destroyed. Satellite imagery shows no activity. The installation designed for permanence eliminated in under an hour. Modern warfare's brutal efficiency demonstrated absolutely. The ammunition shortage affects Russian artillery rates across 3 sectors. Fire missions reduced by 40%. Mechanized advances postponed. Defensive positions reinforced at offensive positions' expense. Small tactical victory creates strategic constraints. That's asymmetric warfare's core principle. Strike where enemy concentration creates vulnerability. Ukrainian forces monitor Russian adaptation. New ammunition depots construct with distributed storage. Smaller caches dispersed geographically. Air defense receives redundant layers. Counter-drone capabilities enhance. The adaptation process costs billions of months. During that time, operational tempo decreases. Initiative shifts. Territory changes hands. Strategic outcomes evolve from tactical innovations. This kind of comprehensive tactical analysis takes serious research. Subscribe to help us keep producing this content. Think infrastructure attacks like this change modern warfare fundamentally? Or are they temporary tactical advantages? Share your analysis below. The AI-guided drone swarms represent warfare's future. Human operators can't process information fast enough, can't coordinate complex attacks across multiple vectors simultaneously. Machines excel at exactly these tasks. Tonight's operation used 2025 technology. Imagine 2030 capabilities, autonomous systems, swarm intelligence, self-coordinating attacks. The implications reshape military doctrine completely. Russian investment in counter-drone technology accelerates. Electronic warfare, directed energy weapons, AI-guided interception systems. The defensive arms race mirrors offensive innovation, each advance forcing counter-advance. Technology evolution driving continuous capability improvement. The side learning faster wins. For the 80 Russian soldiers killed, October 25th started as routine duty. Guard rotations, equipment maintenance, administrative tasks. By dawn, they were casualties in an operation they never understood. Modern warfare's impersonal brutality. Soldiers die not from enemy courage, but from enemy innovation, from commanders' miscalculations, from infrastructure vulnerabilities exploited ruthlessly. The families of those 80 receive notifications, official regrets, limited information, questions without answers. Why was ammunition concentrated so dangerously? Why couldn't air defense protect them? Why did the dam flood? The government provides no satisfactory responses, just patriotic platitudes, another erosion of public trust. If you made it this far, you're our core community. Like, subscribe, hit notifications, share with anyone fascinated by modern military operations. Your engagement shapes our coverage. The Belgorod operation joins military history's notable examples: tactical innovation, strategic impact, asymmetric success. It demonstrates that fortifications and firepower alone don't guarantee security. That intelligence and creativity overcome resource advantages. That modern warfare rewards adaptation more than tradition. Russia learned expensive lessons. Concentrated ammunition storage creates catastrophic vulnerability. Infrastructure requires protection equal to military assets. Air defense needs redundancy. Counter-drone capabilities demand priority investment. These lessons cost $173 million. Some knowledge comes at devastating price. Ukraine validated their operational approach. Deep strikes, infrastructure targeting, technology leverage, innovation priority. Small professional forces achieving outsized effects through superior planning and execution. This doctrine continues evolving, each operation informing the next, capability compounding through experience. The dam eventually gets repaired, villages rebuild, military positions reconstruct, life returns to some normalcy. But October 25th, 2025 remains etched in memory. The night water became a weapon. The night 80 soldiers died in a trap they never saw. The night, 915 kilograms of explosives obliterated a fortress and reshaped strategic reality. This is Navy Force USA, where modern military operations receive analysis they deserve, where tactical excellence gets documented, where innovation gets explained. Subscribe. Engage. Because understanding modern warfare matters. Because operations like Belgorod demonstrate warfare's evolution. Because the gap between success and failure measures in planning, timing, and ruthless execution. The fortress is gone. The lessons remain. And the future of warfare looks increasingly like what happened that October night in Belgorod.